You're doing everything yourself, taxes, clients, content, but what if AI could run half your business while you sleep? You don't need another app or another program or another course. You need a system. You need something that's going to help you stop losing time, missing money, and fixing it with AI, artificial intelligence. I like to call it your authentic blueprint because the AI Legacy Blueprint quiz that we're going to talk about here today with the top 10 strategies for the AI Legacy Blueprint, it shows solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, small business owners, individuals that want to take action exactly how they can actually fix the gaps in their business. Now, this was created by the Tax Extraordinaire Team and Adrian Mays, Inika Gaines, Aja Gaines, building and helping people with financial literacy, financial education, and understanding that taking the quiz, finding the leaks in your business and leveraging it with AI, that's how you build legacy. So we're going to walk through the actual quiz here today and just kind of introduce you to a way for you to actually think outside the box. It takes something called transformation. Before I jump into the website, I wanted to talk to you in regards to realizing that right now is 2025. And the end of the year, November 10th, day 5 to 43 in the billionaire journey of Adrian Mays, your AI cash story captain. What up, though? An AI wealth strategist. The whole key of this actual live is helping you to learn how AI can cut costs, save time, and grow legacy. So if you're not underneath a box, you actually have heard of someone called Alicia Little, the queen of AI in the ATL, shorty. What up, though? Detroit, Michigan to ATL. But in regards to listening to Alicia Little and her story, understanding where she came from, where she is now, with millions of people on Facebook reaching out to her and being a part of her journey and helping people in regards to a summit here coming up quickly, November the 15th, the AI Summit. And she is doing something called advertising her brand on November 19th and November 20th. She is advertising hard on social media. Now, when I look at the Queen of AI, she has something as well in regards to a grant. And yesterday, I took the opportunity to go live and be able to apply for this grant. And it's leading into this AI legacy blueprint that we're going to talk about here. But I wanted to showcase Alicia Little and her story, because if you look at the 82,000 followers on Facebook and the way that she engages with her audience, having millions of people follow up and having even a community on Facebook that's allowing her to reach out to so many different people. But the way that she actually teaches, as I jumped into her training and watched some of her AI summit here earlier today, and just kind of seeing how she actually helps people with mindset and helps people in regards to growing their brand and understanding that ChatGPT is a tool to be able to use. You have to be able to want to do the work. And so when I think about when Inika Gaines and Adrian Mays came together in regards to this idea of coming up with this AI legacy blueprint, and having a background of years in the nonprofit game, having over 16 years with as the president of CCC Because We Care Foundation, it started with something called a why. And when you have a why, there's nothing that can stop you in regards to your end goal. Now, it's hard to believe sometimes when you see people, you hear all the fluff, you hear all the madness, but if you're real and just impact one person throughout your day, that's the only thing that can help you be the best version of yourself. So when we look at this blueprint that Inika Gaines, the Tax Extraordinaire, having over 30 years of experience in, and then bringing in the piece of AI, you have to stop and think yourself and say, hey, can I do this too? And you hear all the fluff, you hear all the different people, hey, I can make 6 figures, 7 figures, millionaire, billionaire. What is the best version of you? And that's what we want to help in regards to having this blueprint, having this quiz, and having consistency, getting the brand and understanding the Tax Extraordinaire. But before I actually jump into the actual quiz, why should you listen to Adrian Mays? So, born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, what up though, having an amazing mother, Nancy Mays, and father, Daryl Mays, and being now in regards to so many different chapters of life. What you realize in life is if you believe in yourself, there's nothing that no one else can tell you. And believe in yourself, sometimes it helps you to smile when you know that God has a plan that's bigger than you. And I think about how we do our consultations, going through the Billy Genius Marketing AI Genius programs, having that certification, going through the Jonathan Montoya Funnel Freedom trainings, going through the Daniel Chu and Nathan Boker's Wealth Warriors and Passion Over Profits trainings every week, being consistent with Offer Labs, being around billionaires, Russell Brunson, and being able to have your opportunities and mindsets, know that anything is possible. I just got off of a podcast training actually, because I wanted to listen on having these live virtual conversations every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and having different guests come on, sharing their raw, their authentic story, no algorithms, no fluff. Sometimes I had over 130 people on my live one time, and I was like, oh my gosh, let's go. But the consistency of having a story, everybody has one. And what you do with that story is all on you. It's funny that, again, when you look at the queen of AI and she talks about mindset and something, I think his name was Damon Lydiard that was on in regards to knowing that your mindset helps with transformation. Now, what does transformation look like to you? Transformation looks like, when I say the billionaire journey, day 543, people might think about the Maseratis and the Rolls Royces and the yachts and the luxury travel, the Qatar Airlines, doing the whole Emirates Airlines, the luxury that comes along with the title. But when I think about billionaire journey, I think about being the best version of what I can provide in the insight that I'm providing it in. So I decided to go live today, as every single day, the grind is on in regards to helping people leverage these AI tools. So I'm going to walk you through here the AI legacy blueprint, and Inika Gaines, my business partner, the Tax Extraordinaire, and being able to leverage the opportunities that's available with AI. It's one way to grow something called your brand. Everybody doesn't have to be face forward like Adrian Mays in regards to just having these understandings, but the founder and CEO, Inika Gaines, raw, authentic, trustworthy, and having someone that leads you in regards to a team of 30 years of experience, and the vice president of CCC Because We Care Foundation, and having your own tax business, Gaines Family Services, Smile Don't Blink Photo Booth, Community Connect Consulting, Being the Change LLC. We are here to help people. And so as I know how God has a plan at the end of the day, and being an AI wealth strategist myself, and having an authentic story, and Adrian Gaines blending the creative artist, we all come together with the blueprints, the AI legacy blueprint. So what I wanted to do here today in this live virtual conversation, because again, when you go to the taxextraordinaire.com, and I'll make sure /quiz, you have the opportunity to take a look at the quiz yourself, and you can follow along. And if you're listening to me live, drop a 1 in the comments if you actually understand that testing yourself is how you actually get to the best version of yourself. So I want you to check and play along on how many boxes are you checking that actually cost you money. And this little short 3-minute quiz, it could be a short 3-minute quiz, it could be a longer quiz. But how you actually get started is you come to the link that's actually on your screen, and you put your name, your email, and phone number information in. But before I do that and show you and walk you through the quiz, I want to share with you what the AI Legacy Blueprint quiz actually includes. Now, you're able to book an appointment with our team, and I'll talk about that later. But the key thing about the quiz, it's allowing you an opportunity to look at your tax review, mortgage review, credit review, life insurance review, estate planning review, AI and automation review, business review, nonprofit review, travel review, and most importantly, your mindset review. It's nothing that you can't do that you don't put your mind to. You're exactly where you're supposed to be today. What are the affirmations that you're feeding yourself in regards to the legacy that you want to build? So this AI legacy blueprint is allowing you to kind of do a self-check. So if I come here and put my information in, Adrian Mays, and my email address I'll put here is beingthechangellc@gmail.com. And you put your phone number in here as well. And that way you check the box to be able to receive correspondence that will have follow-ups and information, any orders that you actually have with the actual team. This is called building a system. And what I'm showing you live is, if you don't have this in your business, this is something that the quiz can actually uncover for you. So before you even check the box to actually book a call, I want to walk you through the actual quiz to kind of show you how it works, so you're able to find out where you're leaving money, time, and peace of mind on the table. So, like I said before, when people think about the billionaire journey, a lot of people think it's all about money. Oh, no, it's not just about money. It's about having the time freedom to be anywhere in the world and being the best version of yourself. It's being able to use automation to show people and showcase and have your world on a billionaire opportunities on digital storefronts. It's knowing that anything is possible if you just take action and put one foot in front of the other. So when you click the link there below, and if you're watching this live, go ahead and actually drop quiz in the comments just to let me know that you're here, because we're going to go through this quiz here together, because this quiz is how you actually kind of take a look at your situation and say, am I leaving any money on the table? And this is what I go through with my clients and consult people in different proposals I provide to kind of uncover those different things and gaps in your business. So we start with section 1, taxes. So what if your tax return, that thing you have to fill out April every year and being able to look at seeing how the benefits and what's changing, forget all of that. Let's focus in on what we can control. So what if your tax return could predict your next raise? Not the waiting for that 2% raise at your 9-to-5 job or waiting for someone to help tell you to take action. Which one of these apply to you? Still guessing your refund instead of planning it? Maybe paying more than necessary because no one reviews your return with AI accuracy. No system tracking deductions year round. Missing tax advantage investments because you don't know they exist. Haven't adjusted your W-4 or quarterly payments in years. Paying for bookkeeping but never seeing strategy in your return. Overlooking credits for education, home office, or even green energy. Letting in fear of the IRS stop you from taking legitimate deductions and no plan to turn your refund into long-term assets. So what I wanted to do is show you how we actually go through this process. And there's something called Chat GPT. I call it Chat GPT from the D. That's my boo. Chad is my guy. Now, what I mean when I say that is he shows up, he gives you the education you need. And hey, what's on the agenda today? He is ready for action. So when we go through the quiz and we take a look, Unique and I use something called Chat GPT. And there's an opportunity, and this is something that we do for business owners as well. We even build GPTs to help people actually get leads and cater into their business. So the Tax Extraordinaire GPT, I just wanted to kind of showcase this for you, is kind of knowing the basis of understanding tax breaks, strategies, and compliance tips on 30 years of real IRS tested experience, getting plain English forms and step-by-step guidance without the jargon. So, for example, if you had some questions about not understanding, you can create the GPT to work with your brand. And showcasing, for example, let's go ahead and play with it here. Let's say paycheck looks fine until tax time, 2 jobs, surprise bill. Let's see how it actually generates. That feeling, paycheck looks good all year, then tax season hits like a curveball, usually traces back to your W-4 and how multiple jobs interact. So here's a quick map. Learn it. When you have 2 jobs or a job plus side income, each employer with those taxes as if that's your only job. So both under withhold and you end up short when all your income adds up at filing time. So think of it like both boxes saving you half a pizza for taxes, but you really needed a whole one saved. So do it right now. Put your most recent pay stubs from both jobs. Go to the IRS tax withholding estimator at irs.gov. Enter both jobs so it can tell you the correct withholding. Update your W-4s at one job, and then it even tells you the boxes to check. Check steps 2C, multiple jobs, or step 4C, add extra withholding through the estimator gives the numbers, and then actually gives you the W-4 instructions. And then you know what? Get help. Book a one-on-one review with the Tax Extraordinaire or post in our community, the Tax Extraordinaire community that helps you. And then to ask you, would you like a checklist that helps you figure out in regards to multiple jobs? So if you had a consultation, the next step would you actually tells you, and Chad tells you as well, is to go to the IRS website in regards to withholdings, and they have something there called a withholding calculator. Now that withholding calculator helps you understand with this tool how to actually look at your withholdings. If you Use this withholding estimator if your tax situation doesn't include any of the factors that are listed below, and it gives you different factors. But the whole key thing is how it works is estimating your federal income tax withholding, see how your refund, take home pay, or tax due are affected by withholding amounts, and helping you choose the amount that works for you. And going through the next step of what the IRS gives you is information that you can fill out step by step to see how to fill out that thing called the W-4. Now, I wanted to showcase this live because a lot of times, we have people that come to us in regards to building it with their taxes or their business, and understanding that these tools are not out here. They're here available for you, but that's okay if you don't know, because that's why the AI Cash Story Captain and the AI Wealth Strategist, Adrian Mays, is here with you. So taking you back to the actual quiz. Okay, so this is the first thing that you'll actually check, and then we'll go to the next section. And I'm not going to go as in detail with each one, but the next one is a huge one, which is mortgages. Is your mortgage quietly stealing your wealth? What up, though? Is it taking that beautiful home in Bluefield Hills, spending millions of dollars, maybe having that home off the lake in Bluefield Hill, Michigan, or wherever your fantasy home might be? Are you unsure of your real home equity or how to use it? Refinanced once and haven't checked rates since? Paying PMI you could have removed months ago. Never analyzed tax savings for mortgage interest. No plan for using equity to fund business or investments. Still viewing your home as debt instead of leverage. Missing opportunities to rent space or Airbnb legally. Paying property taxes without exploring appeal options. Haven't reviewed insurance coverage in years. No strategy linking mortgage, credit, and taxes together. It's so funny when you actually look at this actual quiz. And again, I'm going to continuously remind you to take the quiz yourself. Is the actual quiz at the bottom there is the link to go there for the quiz. Just a couple of days ago, had a friend come and connect about a mortgage and was providing different insight in regards to how to use your mortgage as a tool. Now I don't mind saying my age. I'm 46. I look good. I'm young. I'm moisturized. So we grew up, with our understanding that you get a job, get a house, married with kids, house, dog, fence. I didn't do any of those things. Single with no children, no house right now. And so I look back on how we were trained in regards to what life looks like. But every April, those taxes are due. So as a mortgage broker, well, I used to be, and now I'm a mortgage consultant, right? Because I just make the most amazing choices sometimes that will allow you not to have a mortgage license anymore. But I still have the expertise because that's something that no one can ever take from me. It is what it is. So when I think about when you have a mortgage and you have something called refinancing, people are scared because when you have a home and you have a mortgage, they don't understand how the mortgage works. That's something that we actually evaluate and walk through with you when you book a consultation with the AI Legacy Blueprints and the Tax Extraordinaire Team. So when you look at what opportunities you're sitting on what your mortgage can actually help you do, it can help you see the world in regards to travel. Maybe take care of some of those nuisance bills that are leaking, just kind of lingering around. If you use what's provided for you, it can actually help you stop leaving money on the table. We don't understand that living is the opportunity that's provided now, but you have the choice to do and be the best version of yourself. So I'm going to stop preaching here and go to the next tab because, again, I don't want to make this video too long. Section 3 is about credit. Oh, my goodness, that friend credit. Are you using, your credit to build capital or bury it? Balance is climbing while utilization kills your score. Still commingling business and personal credit. Never seen a true credit analysis beyond what's my score. Maybe you are paying high interest because you don't know how your leverage profile looks. Missing out on zero interest or business funding opportunities. Not using your points, perks, or travel rewards strategically. Missing opportunities to rent space or Airbnb legally. Paying bills manually instead of automating score boosting habits. No business credit line or EIN-based credit history, or even afraid to use credit for growth because no one taught you risk and control. I used to have a credit repair business. CCC Elevate U used to be a credit repair business. And now I refer credit repair out to other clients, not because we don't know how to utilize ChatGPT to write the letters or anything of that. It's just literally it's the things that you can't control in regards to timing. How credit works is you mail in the letters and you have to wait a 30-day period and you have to follow up. And the key thing is it's good to have someone that specializes in credit repair. That's a tough pro tip for you that will help you in regards to getting that done if you're not going to do it yourself. They want you to, they wait and pray on you to not take care of business. And that's literally, if you look at everything, subscriptions, things that you can't control. That's why I don't like to do credit repair anymore. So I refer my credit repair out to my girl Catalina Galliano, and she takes care of my clients that needs help with credit repair. So some things that you don't want to do, it's okay to educate people. But what I do is now, leverage that to help people understand the next steps. Next one is life insurance. What up though? Adrian Mays is always about that life. Over having my actual license over 16 years and licensed in life insurance and specialized, one of the best in Detroit, if I can be honest and say. But what if your policy could fund your next investment? One thing I can actually say with people with life insurance is, again, getting a policy review. Now, it doesn't matter if you've had your policy years ago, every single year, I actually recommend a policy review because things change. I know in 2020, something happened in the life insurance game that I never thought would happen. Like when you're going and sitting down with clients and you tell them, well, this is how your cash value works. And if Armageddon situation would happen, this is what happened. That happened in 2020, which leads you to kind of I like to be authentic and honest and upfront with my clients. And you never know. It's good to have diversity in regards to final expenses and burial. So what I mean when I say that is what an annual review does for your life insurance policy, it allows you to get the clarity of what you actually have, what you're preparing for, because things and situations change. I know that my situation was totally different 5 years ago than it is now. And it will be, and that's how you have to think every single year. So I recommend not only just getting life insurance and getting a review, but actually getting your life insurance and being able to don't get more than you can afford. Because the key thing with life insurance is you might see those $1 million policies, even term policies or whole life policies. You got to get something that you can keep. Because again, when your life insurance expires, the whole thing that they play on is you losing your policy just like everything else. So what if your policy could fund your next investment with cash value that I was bringing up? Only owns term insurance with no living benefits. Haven't reviewed beneficiaries or coverage in years. Paying premiums without building cash value. No knowledge of how policies can back business loans. Treating insurance as expense instead of a leverage. No plan for long-term care or disability coverage. Ignoring tax-free growth opportunities inside policies. Relying on employer coverage that vanishes when you quit. No AI-driven policy comparison or performance tracking. So that's with the life insurance, and tying in with that is estate planning. So if you were gone tomorrow, would your legacy be clear or chaotic? If you don't have a written trust, just good intentions, or haven't updated those beneficiaries after life changes. Assets scattered with no central record. No executor instructions or password inventory. Children's guardianship not documented. Business ownership unclear if something happens to you. Paying legal fees yearly with no digital estate system. Still assuming I don't have enough to need a plan. Family wouldn't know your financial picture. No AI-backed organizers to simplify everything for heirs. It's funny, my sister passed away September 3rd, 2025. I still have you, sis. I love you. And when that happened, it made me take a step back and look at my financial situation. I emailed my mother, my sister, my best friend, Nika Gaines knows, as well as those key people around me. I said, I don't need a lot. I don't need the hoopla in regards to a burial service. So if God forbid, if something happens to me, we know that's God's plan. It's by design. So if I definitely, prayers are free. So pray for me. You know what I'm saying? And I love you. Keep the memories, but spending those thousands of dollars and ever's to each his own. And it might change when I get to that billionaire level. But right now, just say it, just do a live. Hey, free. You know what I'm saying? Do something. Don't spend the money where it doesn't need to be spent. When my sister Daria Lynn passed, Daria Lynn Mays, Daria Lynn, she passed, like I said, September 3rd, 2025. That's what she asked my sister. She said, don't worry about all of that. Just, and I feel like I have an angel every single day. It's one of those things where you look at how the system has trained you. And I was, like I said, I was a life insurance agent selling policies and like I said, recommendations in regards to at least $10,000 in life insurance coverage. But when my sister passed and she said that, it gave me a different perspective a couple of months ago. And again, it might change, but where I am now, just say a what up though for Adrienne Mays and just keep it going. You don't have to worry about the hoopla. I love everybody. God's plan, not mine. Thy will be done. Don't get me to preach it again. So let's get back to this actual blueprint. But my point is, and when you have an estate plan, it can be as simple as that, putting it in writing and making sure that it's notarized. I just emailed my information. I didn't notarize it, so I can be honest and say that. But what I can say is I recommend you getting it notarized and having it something that can be acceptable if something is to happen. So my next one is for business. Now, starting a business, oh my gosh, you have to go through so many hoops or not. Because when you have a trusted mentor that will help guide you through the steps, what would your business profit if it ran like clockwork? What would that look like? No clarity on real profit after taxes, working harder yet margins shrinking, no AI-based forecasting for sales or expenses, still tracking revenue manually in spreadsheets, overpaying taxes due to wrong entity choice, paying staff or contractors without automated systems, never build standard operating procedures or workflows for repeat tasks, no backup plan if you step away for a week, no single dashboard showing your true financial health. So going into business and understanding the next one being nonprofit is because, again, your mission being powerful, but your management is messy. So wanting to real quick in regards to setting up a business, I currently have myself 3 LLCs. And I have a partnership with Unica Games on one LLC. So I have 2 LLCs. And then, so you can have an LLC or S Corp. Which one can you pay yourself first? Which would be the most beneficial for my business? How does an LLC work, or S Corporation, or even having a C Corporation? What's the difference in the 3? How do those main entities work? How do I have the tax savings from one S Corp to an LLC or a C Corp? Which one is best for me? See, the one thing I can be honest and say, and I love my coach and trainer, Daniel Chu. He told me this past, and it blew my mind, I have training every Friday, because building your billionaire brand, you have to have a team around you that have like minds. And he was like, Adrienne, one thing that you have to talk about and focus on in regards to being the best at to help other people to understand your message. And I was sitting there like, but coach, I am going to be speaking about utilizing AI to create wealth, to use your authentic story to do so. But he was like, well, what is the one thing that you're going to focus on? What transformation can you help people actually go within? And when I take a step back and look at that, I was like, coach, people have to have one purpose, one plan. And mine is to change the world. But I know that there's so much that's coupled within, just the action of doing things. But this AI legacy blueprint kind of helps you centralize and narrow in regards to the growth of your brand. And your brand is where everything is in regards to it. So when you look at my next one, which is my nonprofit, which is my why, CCC Because We Care Foundation, being able to help people. Is your mission powerful, but your management messy? Struggling to maintain your 501c3 compliance, no system for donor tracking or automated receipts, missing out on grants due to poor record keeping, relying on volunteers for bookkeeping, never filed Form 990 correctly or on time, losing donors because follow-up isn't automated, no AI tools monitoring funding trends or keywords, confused about paying staff legally, no substantial plan beyond fundraisers, having merged faith, finance, and compliance under one strategy. When you think about the nonprofit and the things that help you or mission go to the next level, these are the questions that you have to ask yourself. So when you think about my next one, which is my baby, which is AI, Chat GPT from the D, that's his friend right here in the corner. But what could you earn if technology worked while you slept? How can you automate your business in regards to the growth? One of the best things, the top one, like when I told you, my coach asked me this past week in regards to what I was focusing on. And I was like, I have to focus on something that deals with AI and the 5 points of your Facebook digital storefront being optimized. So the importance of your Facebook digital storefront, there are billions of people on Facebook every single day. And just knowing and understanding that on Facebook, 3 billion active users, making it the most used online social network globally. Now, you have your YouTube, you have your Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, you have all of these different factors, but 3 billion active users on Facebook every single month, reaching over 3.3 billion active people. So why do you even consider Facebook? And it was funny when I was helping my business partner, Unica Gaines, in regards to building out our brand. We just actually optimized her Facebook profile. So Adrian, what are the 5 points of your Facebook profile that you would optimize? So point number 1 was going to be your cover photo here. You want to make sure it's clear so people know what you're actually doing, what you're looking for. And that's when I'm going to walk you through an example here so you can kind of see clearly on what does it look like to optimize your profile. So number 1 is your cover banner photo here, where you see here, Unica Gaines, the Tax Extraordinaire. When you know better, you build better. Let's build together, right? So that's her motto. Clearly she's talking about taxes, and she's driving people to her school resource community where she talks about AI, tax, and business resources. But the next thing you want to actually do is make sure you click on the next part you're optimizing, is making sure you have a statement here that tells people what your actual brand is about. A lot of people actually miss this step in regards to the optimization of their actual Facebook profile. So when people come to you, they'll know exactly who you're talking to, what your story is, and how to actually maximize that opportunity. Your next point on your Facebook profile is your profile picture here. You want it to be clear. You want people to know exactly who they're talking to as well, but you also want to when you look at their picture, you want to again be able to see who they represent, what their name is, and have your story here in the actual comments. So people will know who Unica Gaines is, the Tax Extraordinaire, her motto being strategize, save, and succeed. It's clear. And you have opportunity to see the comments and the engagement to have people to actually grow and build with your actual brand. So when you look at the next point on your Facebook profile of your storefront, it's your intro, making sure that your intro is clear to know that exactly who you're helping in regards to your brand. So you see here your intro, you see where it's linking to, going right to helping people with the school community. When they click on this link here, we can't actually get to it at this moment, which is good to know. And so we're going to go back in regards to the next point is to have your details actually highlighted. So your featured details here is to be able to know your story and being able to have testimonial and have tips right here in your brand. Now, the key thing about this Facebook profile I want to show you is your professional dashboard. So when Unica Gaines started out her journey at the beginning of October, which is about a month ago, she was at 0 in regards to her numbers. When we started posting and actually have continuation of posting, you're able to see that her Facebook profile has grown over 17,000% in regards to engagement over the last 30 days. So you're able to see that when you actually start publishing, we started at 0 in October, and then now we're literally at 33,000 views, which you have 33,000 people that's actually looked at your profile. So when someone comes to your house and they look at your profile, you want them to be able to say, hey, hello, how are you? One thing, and I laugh about this a lot, because in regards to if someone was actually invited to your real house, the one thing that you always make sure of that's clean when somebody comes over your house is what? And if you're listening to a replay, drop it in the comments. So if someone comes over to your house, what's two things that your mom and your dad has always told you, and if nobody's told you, I'm going to tell you today, that's always supposed to be clean. Number 1, it's your bathroom, because you never know when someone has to go to the bathroom. And number 2 is your kitchen, because you never know, like a dirty kitchen when you have guests over, or a dirty bathroom. No, that's 2 no's that you don't want to have in it's just no. So what I'm sharing with you is that's the same thing with your Facebook digital storefront. You want to make sure that if there's 3 billion people that have the opportunity to actually see your profile, you want to make sure it's optimized for those points. And that, again, is what goes back to when I was talking about the AI and automation and helping people in regards to understanding their brand. So going back to the actual checklist, and the next one we were talking about is AI and automation. So we went over the 5 points of your Facebook digital storefront being optimized. So the next one's still doing repetitive admin work, working manually, showing automation for invoices, emails, or scheduling, using multiple apps that don't talk to each other, paying for tools you don't fully use, having built an AI assistant for client follow-ups, content creation still taking hours instead of minutes, customer service not systemized or tracked, no CRM or lead nurture automation, fear of losing control, stopping you from scaling, and no blueprint of AI tools as well. One of the things I wanted to kind of showcase and utilizing that we've been building with the Tax Extraordinaire brand is something called AI Heygen and creating your own brand. So when you look at want to showcase here, just what that would look like. So this looks like my business partner. Just wanted to play this quick video on what you can do with Heygen in regards to having your actual AI tool and having a brand like your own AI agent. So let's take a quick look at the video.
This isn't just another tax video. It's my real authentic story broken up into 12 parts. If you like fluff, the Tax Extraordinaire brand is not for you. I've been where you are, trying to figure out how to make the numbers work, how to keep more of what I earn, and how to build something that lasts. I didn't start with much, but I learned how to turn struggle into strategy through taxes, business, and life. Over this video series, The Tax Extraordinaire, Turning Numbers into Freedom and Community Impact, I'm breaking down the real lessons that shape me, the wins, the mistakes, and the strategies that help everyday people stop leaving money on the table. No fluff, no BS, just facts. I'm the Tax Extraordinaire, and my story is proof that when you know better, you build better. Let's build together. Please don't hesitate to subscribe and follow the Tax Extraordinaire. See you in video 2, Faith and Financial Beginnings. This isn't...
let's go. So the key thing I wanted to show you, I thought that was fun and exciting. And so what I wanted to show you, and I'm going to show you my AI twin as well, because it wouldn't be fair if I didn't show my own and show my business partners. And I thought my AI twin looked pretty much like me as well. So I'm going to show that quick video down in regards to my AI twin. So this is my AI twin for my brand.
Here is the formula. Starting November 8th, 2025, Adriani Mays aims at 20 audits per day of individuals or businesses that can benefit from the AI Legacy Blueprint Consultation experience. What problem are you looking to solve during this consultation? What does transformation look like for you? Taxes, credit, mortgage, business, nonprofit, life insurance, estate planning, AI and automation, mindset, travel. Success talks that build legacy. I can, I will, I shall be victorious. Let's go. Comment blueprint below for your customized AI Legacy Blueprint experience. Here.
So I like my AI twin, but you see how she kind of played me a little bit in regards to like how her voice is, because again, the great thing is though, and the beauty of being able to build your own AI twin, the benefits being, again, you're able to market to those different groups of people that maybe you can't connect with. You're able to access the 3 billion people that are monthly on the actual platform and being able to showcase the opportunities that you can provide for your brand. Being able to maximize time over anything in regards to automation and having and building a system. So what I'm showing you here today is every system is different. And I don't want anybody to think that there is one cookie cutter system for people, but it takes time to actually invest in creating your system. But once you actually set it up, that's when the automation actually occurs, the passion in your actual business and the growth of your actual brand. So going back to our quiz, and we went through the AI and automation, we went through taxes, business, credit, mortgages, nonprofits, business. And we're rounding here in regards to the last 2 tabs that we're going to talk about here is next one being travel. Now, the great thing about travel is you're able to go anywhere in the world with being live. I love being live virtual conversations because, again, the crazy thing is when you have live, physical live, you have to travel. I love traveling. I've been to 48 out of the 50 states, traveled internationally, used to live in Toronto, Ontario. The best opportunity ever, it was when I lived in Toronto when my cousin Chris Bosh played professionally for the Toronto Raptors. That was the best time in my life. I traveled to Spain. I traveled to Japan. I went to the Olympics because he was two-time All-Star. And being the coordinator of the Chris Bosh Foundation, when you think about your past, where you've been, you have to stop and pause and you ask God, like, I've had the best opportunity right now working with my best friend and business partner, Unica Gaines, and Angel and herself, and before working with my best friend and my cousin, Chris Bosh. And he has a beautiful family that are doing amazing things. And just seeing how God has set my life up, even though sometimes you have those moments of anxiety, of wondering what's next. The great thing is about when you take action is God's already had it planned. Just like this live virtual conversation, I'm talking to you guys to help you learn how AI can cut costs and save time and growing your legacy. When I think about travel, I think about going to those last two states that I have, which are North Dakota and Washington. Those are the two steps. Oregon, excuse me, not Washington, Oregon, excuse me. So I have Oregon and North Dakota are the two states that I have left. And when I think about my dream, once I'm free from all of these bad decisions that I have in regards to being on probation, not being able to leave the state of Michigan, being able to show people what's possible when you actually put one foot in the other and continue to move towards your brand. With AI, traveling virtually has been an amazing opportunity. But when I think about Unica Gaines, she loves to travel. She's been to like 10 to maybe 15 different places this year. And using points, American Express is going to be a sponsor, I'm saying it out loud, for our actual brand, being the Change LLC and the Tax Extraordinaire Gaines Family Services, because travel is what we do. And American Express and their opportunities and their business travel, when you're a business owner and being able to use points and being able to see the world and provide different opportunities. And I'm saying in November 10th, 2025, being able to internationally bring these different opportunities and programs to people. It's going to take something. I can't wait until what God has planned. So again, when you look at travel, going back to, my blueprint, that's the beautiful thing about, your life. So are your adventures costing you more than they're teaching you? Missing tax deductible travel opportunities, paying full price when credit points could cover flights, no travel or reward strategy tied to your business income, not documenting business trips for write-offs, ignoring global conferences that can expand your network, still separating lifestyle from business instead of integrating them, not tracking expenses with automation on the go, fear of taking time off because systems aren't built, no plan to monetize travel experiences through content or partnerships, haven't designed work from anywhere capability yet. So these are the things with travel that we're going to help people in regards to when they book a consultation with the Tax Extraordinaire Team to be able to look at their AI legacy blueprints and see where the gaps are. And do you know that on your Schedule C that keeping your receipts is so critical so that you can have those deductions and write them off in regards to what's going on with your brand? If it's dealing with mortgages, keeping your documentation. I want to say that on full screen one more time. Keep your documentation in regards to receipts, because how can we actually see if you're doing a cost segregation for your mortgage situation, if it makes sense for you to save money on your taxes, if you, all those supplies that you're making to beautify that beautiful home for your Airbnbs or your VRBOs, you want to make sure that documentation. If Unica Gaines didn't teach it, myself and Adrian Gaines over this past tax season, anything is to make sure that we check the documentation of our clients and to make sure that we're maximizing the opportunities so that they can receive the maximum benefits in their efforts in the previous year. So don't leave money on the table in regards to not doing the small things that, and even AI can help you leverage those different things. And the last one I want to actually cover here today on our actual quiz is mindset. Mindset. And the reason I wanted to slow down for that is because, again, are your thoughts the real reason your bank account stalls? Still believing wealth is for other people, avoiding numbers because they trigger stress, operating without written goals or measurable habits, confusing activity with progress, ignoring global conferences that expand your networks, surrounding yourself with scarcity thinking, fear of success keeping you comfortable but capped, letting past financial mistakes define current decisions, no accountability system for mindset growth, constantly starting over each quarter without reflection, and ignoring the spiritual or emotional side of money. I watched something earlier today, Damon Dillard, high energy, high income. And when I was watching that, he said, what's the difference between income levels and people making income effortlessly and those that still struggle? Because numbers don't lie. And when he said that, I was like, that is so real in regards to what do you value your worth to be? And the key thing about there's three different kind of people, and that's the one thing. It's two things I wanted to bring up when I actually watched this earlier today with mindset. He said there's three different type of people out there. There's the type of people that watch the different, and I'm all three. I can be honest. Like I've been at all three different levels, but even going live today, I told myself in that AI video that I wanted to do 20 consultations a day, and I found myself got away from that. So I was like, no, if I find 20 people that have viewed this video today in regards to doing presentations about the AI legacy blueprint, then checkbox. So I know I have at least, so if I can at least hit my goal every single day. So the maximization of webinars and doing things live, podcasts, you're able to take your one message that we've been on this for 46 minutes and expand it to people all over the world. Now, if anybody looks at it, that's on you. But the crazy thing is, if you don't put forth the effort and the activity, then nothing can actually happen. So the three different type of people that he actually mentioned are those that actually sit there and consume content. And like I said, I've been on three. It's fair. And, you know, those people actually convert maybe 5 to 10% of the time and actually retain that income about 5 to 10% of the time. Then you have person number two that wants to actually reach their goals, but they're stagnant. They maybe take a little action, but don't go all the way in. So they maybe 30 to 35% of the time, those people actually, you know, win. But the people that win, person number three, and that's Adrian Mays, your AI cash story captain, the AI wealth strategist. The people that go all in, that are 90 to 95% converts, are those that actually take action right after they actually learn something. And I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do every single day until the end of the year. It might be a 3-minute podcast or a 3-minute live, or it might be a 47-minute live where I'm actually introducing you to the AI Wealth Legacy Blueprint. But if I don't take action for the goals, because I have a responsibility, and this is the thing that I wake up with and go to bed with every single day, because I have a responsibility. I have all of these AI certifications. I have all of this expertise, but I'll see a business owner that I have going on right now. I've reached out to her last week. I had an amazing appointment and reached out in regards to their system, because again, I have 3 people that I've referred them to, but they haven't followed back up in regards to giving me a phone call. And so you're leaving money on the table when your systems are broken. I have a responsibility to people to help them realize, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, small business owners, individuals, big business owners, athletes, everything that I've actually been through. My alcoholics out there, the people that are addicted to more, the people that are addicted to, alcohol. I will be 2 years sober on November 20th, 2025. 10 days from now, it's going to be a celebration. But the key thing about that, seriously, is being able to have a system and consistency, believing in yourself, getting through and fighting through all of the walls to get to your end goal, which is success. You see, the one thing with the AI Legacy Blueprint, and I'm so passionate about this, is because every single part of this Legacy Blueprint, I've been a part of. When you have something, and I didn't forget about the mindset thing. In the second, I should go back there, because you know how you go live and you forget what you're talking about. So the other thing that Damon talked about was the top 1%. Talk about that a lot with the billionaire journey or whatever. You know, that's definitely the top 1%. But did you know that the top 1% is only people that make over $340,000 per year? And the crazy thing about mindset is when you think that it's usually millionaires and billionaires. He said the average household income is about $50,000. And when you realize that some people just want to make it, who you're talking to in regards to your niche audience, your mindset is the best thing that you can actually accomplish. You have to put other things to the side to sacrifice to hit your goals. a lot of my family and my friends, even a guy I met yesterday I got my hair done, right? I got my hair done. It was amazing. And the guy that I met yesterday on the Uber ride back, and I'm focused. And it was so funny because, because of the system that I put myself on in regards to just limited, I was hit on. I was like, okay, Adrian, shoot. I had to test my niece. I text my best friend. I was like, you need to look out. So, so anyway, so today he wanted to take me out to dinner. Real story, not making this up. So he wanted to take me out to dinner, and I was working on the social media and things for the brands and building the legacy blueprint. And so he said, that's rude. You could have told me instead of taking my number. He said that I wasn't being mature. And I'm putting that out there to say, because a lot of people don't understand what's going on in regards to Adrian Mays. I've told the world, I've put it on podcasts. I'm not shy about my story. I was not as often. I did apologize. So I understand what he's saying. That was wrong. I just couldn't have took the number, right? Because I know where my mindset is. But it's very difficult for me to have and understand, like, when I've told people what's going on. I've showed people the passion I have. And the reason I'm bringing this up at the end of this presentation is because the passion and consistency that Adrian Mays, Enika Gaines, Aja Gaines, the Tax Extraordinaire Team shows for anyone that we work with, we don't stop until we're finished. The being so authentic. And that's what this actual, being sober journey has really shown me, in regards to, this is the trip that I never thought I would take, to be honest with you. And to have the reality of being authentic, being your true self, loving yourself. You train people how to treat you. And if you want to be the best version of yourself, you can't accept anything less but the best. I've learned that people are people. And I no longer blame people for anything that's going on in my life. I take action. But when you take action and know that God is leading the charge, you're going to be okay. So wrapping up with mindset and realizing that when you actually do the scoring system with the AI legacy blueprint, and you give yourself a self-evaluation, and you look at each section and those 10 sections as, again, talking about the top 10 strategies of the AI legacy blueprint here on November 10th, 2025. If 0 to 3 checks per section, you're on the right track. Small tweaks can unlock some more profit. You're on your way, my friend. Now, if 4 to 6 checks per section, you're missing out on some key systems and time for optimization. Now, if you have 7 checks per section, you're leaving serious money on the table. It's time to book your AI legacy blueprint consultation. So the seriousness of that is in realizing that your actual gaps in your business, the leaks in your opportunity, it's honestly on you. Any action that you understand that anything that you can do by yourself, I can do better, right? Anything you can do, I can do better. Anything I can, that's on. So when I think about how, Monday Night Football is on right now, love of football. Detroit Lions 44-22 over the Washington Commanders yesterday. What up, though, Detroit? Passionate, we're all grit. But when I realized the seriousness of the responsibility that I have in regards to helping people with the AI legacy blueprint, I could not do anything but make sure I showed up. I wanted to make sure, not wait till tomorrow to my live virtual conversation, but like I said, I've made a commitment every single day to make sure transformation can happen. Now, mentorship is something that is needed in everybody's life. I don't care who you are. Having a mentorship and a leadership team and investing in yourself is one of the best decisions you can ever make. I honestly think about back in March of 2025, when Enika Gaines and Adrian Mays were talking about building this brand and our digital marketing opportunities. And when I connected with Daniel Chu and Nathan Bokers and the AI legacy, AI cash story dream team of coaches, Jonathan Montoya, Billie Jean is Marketing, Jason Fladian, Russell Brunson. When I look at those coaches, and now Queen of AI, Alicia Little, because again, when we see people that are doing the work, and Adrian Mays and Enika Gaines, our team is doing the work. We are making sure that we show up and help people. But in helping yourself, you have to know that you don't deserve anything but the best. So when you look at the AI legacy blueprint that I just went over this past hour, and if you're watching the replay, please don't hesitate to drop the comments. Your what area is the one area of the blueprint that you need a little work on? It might be taxes. It might be your mortgages. It might be credit. Heck, it might be life insurance, about that life, having that estate plan. It might even be AI and automation. It may even be travel for you. And it might even be this mindset. But when you realize that every single moment in your day, whatever you want that to look like, is right. If you think that you had the worst day that can ever happen, guess what? You did. But if you just aim to know that in every trouble, every setback is a setup to something brighter, something bigger, something better. And when you put AI into the game, into your opportunity with you, it's something that's magical that you don't even have the ability of knowing what can happen. So I want to leave you with this one little pro tip in regards to an opportunity that AI can actually bring you. It was funny when I first connected and watched last week Alicia Little, the queen of AI, her transformation in regards to being an AI consultant. And I was like, I have certifications. I listened to her. I invested in the summit that's coming up here next week. But when I looked at, being able to, I was like, another $15,000 program, Adrian Mays, we got to get some things done right now in regards to that. Because when I go all into something, and even when I talked to the consultant at the time that I connected with in regards to the interview. So that's how I got introduced into the grant that I applied for yesterday. But when I go in, I go all in. And I don't have step. And when I know that the AI legacy blueprint, I'm going all in. There's people out here that need help and need a trusted resource in regards to being the best version of yourself. The people say that right now is one of the worst times in the world in regards to everything. It is also one of the best times of the world. Now, which one you believe is right? I honestly believe that this is one of the best times in the world because I can't say I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, but I am actually moving towards a space of knowing that I'm never alone, ever. Like, God has a plan that's bigger than you and I. So when you learn how AI, this artificial intelligence that God has provided for us, this thing called ChatGPT, this wave of new system and information that you're actually able to be exposed to. When you think about mentorship from an Adrian Mays or a Unica Gaines or Aja Gaines with the Tax Extraordinaire Team, you're looking into something that's not fluff, not BS, just straight facts. There's nothing that can be, faith without works is dead. If you're not taking action towards your goals, you're not making moves. If you don't fail, that's the part of life. Facing everything and recovering fear, tackle that bad boy. First attempt in learning, that's what failure means. But you have to believe in you. So I say all that to say, it's not for everybody. And I'm okay with that because I used to be, please do. It's not for everybody because if you're not ready for transformation, if you're not ready for mentorship, I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink. If you don't realize that AI is here, the time is now. The opportunity is here. I was getting my hair done yesterday with my niece, Kanaya McCool. Shut up. What up, though, niece? She did this thing, right? And so I'm sitting there getting my hair done, and I couldn't bring out my laptop because it was like limited. The football was on, thank God. And I was literally talking to my niece, and I was trying to build her for hairstyles for 2025, use ChatGPT to use Canva to be able to come up with this whole catalog for her to showcase for her brand. And ChatGPT did what he did, meaning he gave me the BS. He didn't go through and drew the actual template. I needed my computer. But my point is, there are no excuses in 2025. When you have people, if you're listening to this actual replay or if you're listening to it live, either way, drop replay or live whenever you connect with this actual podcast or this actual live virtual conversation, because I wanted to leave you with a little fun tip because ChatGPT is something that you can actually have in your business. When Inika and I actually, built this GPT and building it for businesses and being able to have this opportunity to build for businesses, the one thing you have to do is something called train it. Train ChatGPT to say what you actually wanted to say so that you can actually, so you can train it and be able to have something called GPTs. So GPTs here, and there's several different GPTs. And if you're interested in the actual chat, I'm gonna actually put it in the actual what is it called? The comments, the Tax Extraordinaire GPT. So if you want access to the GPT, don't hesitate because I have to slow down because I got to find where I put it. So the great thing is, being able to, there it is. Okay, the chat GPT, if you want to actually utilize it to be able to help out with tax strategies, to introduce you to different concepts, to get your, see if that's something you want for your business. Because again, these are the things that we talk about in our consultations and being able to help people build their billionaire brand. The branding part is on you because, again, having a GPT is just having access to one of the best in the world in regards to AI and automation. So the GPT is there on your screen. You have free access to it. Use the GPT, use it for your business. Connect with us in regards to the AI Legacy Blueprint, because what that will do for you is unlocking that legacy in that consultation and being able to see what's possible in regards to your brand. So when you actually visit and start and ready to get started to book a consultation, it's there. Alicia was talking about charging between $8,500 to $15,000 an hour. When we get there, that's going to be amazing. But look, you know how they say, no, it's not going to be $15,000. Like, but there is an investment in regards to booking a consultation with the Tax Extraordinaire Team. So what that consultation would look like is a 1-hour consultation. And when you come to the page, that's after you take the quiz, and I'll put that link in the taxextraordinaire.com/blueprint. It tells you about the opportunity to actually invest in it and get started with an appointment. So to book an appointment, it's included as a 1 hour. I want to go ahead and go through unlocking that opportunity with the AI, because it's not another hacker webinar. It's a 1-hour consultation that helps you with the different areas to help you not play small, to help you to have AI not confusing, to do a actual walkthrough, to tell us your pain points so we can provide solutions to bring you the best version of you in your business. So this one-on-one time is an AI growth strategy time. It's not a group call. It's a one-on-one, and it's tailored for your roadmap, for your business goal and your vision. Everybody doesn't have to have the billionaire journey. When I actually talk about the billionaire journey, it's a lot of people get intimidated because they say, hey, I don't want to be a billionaire. Why do you want to be a billionaire? Because I can maximize the opportunity to help more people when I'm a billionaire. Just imagine how many people with CCC Because We Care Foundation, especially during these times, as a billionaire, I can just bless people. You get $1 million, you get $1 million, you get $1 million. Be like the Oprah Winfrey of the new age, right? So when you invest in, it starts at $500 in regards to the 1-hour consultation. And the reason we say starting at is because, again, after that 1 hour, we take a look, we step back, we create that roadmap for you, and we provide a proposal on what could be in regards to the gaps in your business. So if there's a gap in your business and, we want to help you in regards to growth, replacing guessing, and you're not doing it alone. You're doing it with people that have over 50 years of collective experience in all of these different areas of your actual business, but having someone that will help you get from A to B. So how it works is, number one, step one, you'll pay and lock in your limited private session. Number two, book instantly and choosing the time right after your payment. And number three, you'll have your consultation and walk away with power, leaving with the AI Legacy Blueprint that changes everything. So booking that consultation, it'll be able to click on one of the links that's provided for you. You go ahead and you can pick a day and time of actual availability. And then from there as well, you're able to go ahead and pay for your consultation to get started with the AI Tax Extraordinaire Team. So hopefully I was able to provide you all the information needed for you to understand. This is the link here in regards to booking the blueprint, booking the time that we have available on certain days to be able to connect with you and help you grow and build with the Tax Extraordinary Team. Because the session is designed to elevate your organization and you as an individual with strategic insights and financial clarity, and using it helpful in using ChatGPT from the D in regards to AI, helping leverage some of those systems that you're able to grow and build with. So I want to leave you with this. As I went over my time, I wanted to keep it to about an hour. Wanted to kind of introduce you into a tool that would allow you to be able to help you make presentations simple and easy. A little AI tool. So you don't have to use, I know earlier in my journey, I put out an opportunity with over 500 different AI tools. 500 tools are way too many different tools for any organization. If you learn how to use just a few tools for your business, if you just get ChatGPT or Claude or even Perplexity AI in regards to research, having one of those tools in your tool belt will help you to actually build your actual brand. My ChatGPT is my go-to, and that's my go-to. I'm not gonna lie to you. ChatGPT, for the last few years, I've been connecting and working with ChatGPT. I love Nano Banana, being able to create the beautiful images. I love the actual, Google Gemini and Claude and Perplexity, but ChatGPT is my guy. So I wanted to show you this one tool here, though. This is one of the tools that last week Alicia showed, and I thought it would be very beneficial for business owners as well. Gamma AI, and I'm gonna end with this. So this here is an opportunity for you to create presentations, websites. I've used this in some of my actual videos as well. Quickly, just putting together something professional for your presentations, simple and easy. And you can do websites. You can in a click, and you can actually get started for free. So this here is called Gamma AI, and what it allows you to do is presentations, documents, social media, just real quick and easy, and creative content at the speed of light. So you can skip all the pages of brilliance, and has different AI models. Like right away, you'll be able to create these beautiful presentations that you can just put in with a couple of clicks. So the great thing is about being exposed to the AI Cash Story Captain Adrian Mays and your AI genius, as well as AI wealth strategist. They'll put all those titles on the business card. These are the different types of tools and things that you're actually exposed to be able to be the best version of yourself. You are not alone anymore. And 20 consultations is what I said every single day. So the goal is hopefully today I was able to expand past 20 because I have this on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So, and still I'm going to cut it up as well. So I will hit my goal for the day, but I'll leave you with this. If you believe in your brand, if you believe in what you're here for, your why, that's what actually gets you going every single moment of your day. Whatever it is in regards to the naysayers, the people that told you that you are not going to make it, those that told you that what you're doing is a waste of time, you are amazing. If no one has told you today, Adrian Mays has told you that you are amazing. If you don't love yourself, how do you expect anyone else to love you? You have to show people how to love you. I'm a queen, and I know God is my king, and he has the amazing plan. He doesn't make any mistakes. And when you get into those moments of frustration and doubts, know that angels in your life come and bless you with the overabundance because God has chosen you for this plan. So if you're here listening in regards to maybe you're frustrated on why me and I don't deserve this, get that noise out your head. Get that self-talk that you have. Get that a little better. I was listening to Eric Thomas, the Dr. Eric Thomas, the motivational speaker from Detroit, Michigan. What up, though? Beast mode. We talked about it last week a little bit with the live virtual conversation with Action Terrell. Beast mode is when nothing can tell you that you're not going to win. Winners win and losers lose. It's so clear because if I already know that I've won, it's nothing that can stop me. And so when you have that mindset, you know that you're living more than for just you. You're here to empower others through your story, your authentic story. You're here to be a model, to show what's possible. You're here to innovate, because nothing is the exact same. No one's journey is the same. And you're here, prosperity is promised to you. In the book of Solomon, as every day I do my day, I got to do my 90, but I do my 90 every day. I read for 30 minutes. I make sure I go and check into my training camp of my soul for an hour. And I make sure that when I'm reading the book, the Bible right now, the 30 minutes of reading, I do my daily affirmations. These things are the tools that are in your tool belt that God has provided you to be the best version of yourself. The King of Solomon had amazing, the jewels, the gold, the wealth that you could more than you could ever dreamed of. And then that human factor helped, it shook his whole foundation in regards to the women and the alcohol and those things that we get addicted to, those false idols. But when you stop and clear out all the clutter and you know that you have no fear in expressing the things that God has done for you in your world, AI can cut costs, save time, and grow your legacy. But you are the actual key to the kingdom. No one can come in and shake your world unless you decide to do so. I have made a decision, Adrian Mays, that every single day it will be the best version of myself. I get those days, those frustrated moments, those times when you don't feel that you can give your best, but God has it all covered, my friends. When you take AI coupled with my spirit, there's nothing I can't do. There's nowhere I can't accomplish. You just gotta make sure that you keep going through every single moment of every day. So I leave you with this. There's a saying that I say after every live virtual conversation: I can, I will, I shall be victorious. Let's go. When you think about I can, that's the effort and activity is the only thing that you can actually control within every single day. That's the I can. I will is literally knowing that the vision of who you are, the version of who you are is what God has created you to be. And you woke up to be able to will yourself into the action. And I shall be victorious. I shall be victorious. There's no doubt. There's no time frame, because thy will be done, not mine. When you let's go, it's the mental pumping yourself to go into beast mode. The one I told you about that Eric Thomas motivates people understanding their actual why. When you have a why that's bigger than you. My beautiful niece, Caitlin Warren, hit me today and just said, "Hey, Auntie, what up, though?" Well, she didn't say what up, though. But she did say, "Hey, Auntie," and she's going to Lincoln King High School in Detroit, Michigan. And when I saw that God gave me that simple blessing, the miracles that happen in every single moment of my day, I say thank you. I'm grateful for what I have today. I'm grateful for what he has planned for me in the future. And I'm thankful for everything that I went through before, because again, every setback is the setup for something even greater. When you believe, I believe, and you believe too. You can learn with the best in the game. Adrian Mays, why would I say I'm anything less? I can give you the statistics and everything in regards to just how this brain works in mine. Well, I'm telling you, I know the billionaire plan is for me. So I leave you, my friends, how I told you I started. Drop in the comments if you've gotten anything from this actual live virtual conversation here, talking about learning how AI can cut costs and save time and grow your legacy, because your authentic story is yours. Your platform is you. To get started is now. And what are you waiting for? It's all on you. You can't do it if you don't think you can. But if you believe in yourself, there's nothing you can't do in due time. I can, I will, I shall be victorious. What up, though? Adrian Mays, Detroit, Michigan. What up, though? The AI cash story captain, the AI wealth strategist. Deuces. I'll see you tomorrow. Live virtual conversation at 4 p.m. Let's go.